Hello everybody and welcome back to the GDQ Hotfix. This is How to Train a Speedrunner, a show dedicated to showing beginner-friendly tutorials to try and help people get into speedrunning and see that it is very easy to at least start speedrunning. Before we get into the show today, just a few quick reminders. Registration for Awesome Games Done Quick 2024 is live right now. If you'd like to attend the event in person, January 14th through 21st, you can go to gamesdonequick.com for more information, including the attendee registration and the hotel booking. You can also go check out the schedule at gamesdonequick.com/schedule and let us know what you're looking forward to the most. Also, Games Done Quick is hiring. If you are a business developer or have experience in recruiting sponsorships and would like to work for GDQ, you can go apply at gamesdonequick.com/jobs. With all of that said, we have Alpha Prime for you here. I will let the runner introduce himself and talk a little bit about the game.
Hi everyone, I'm Dangerous and I'm going to be doing a speedrun tutorial today of Alpha Prime. And you might be thinking, why do you look so sad? Because I'm about to play Alpha Prime. If you don't know this game, is it a game? I'm not even sure if it is. It's quite terrible. I actually did this at Summer Games Done Quick this past June, and if you were one of the 14 people that watched it, because it was at 5 in the morning local time, you'll know what to expect from what we're about to be doing. This thing is okay, so we're gonna get started with learning how to speedrun Alpha Prime like you would ever want to. All right, so before I actually get started in the run and select the difficulty and all that, we're going to I gotta kind of do a little preemptive bit here. So this game doesn't have an in-game frame cap counter thing. Like you can't go into the menu and like frame cap it, because this game's from 2007, and it's a little bit of a previous era before that kind of accessibility was made available. So you're going to need to get some kind of third-party application software like I use RTSS. If you have another one that you prefer to use, you can certainly use that. But you want to frame cap to 60 FPS. You do not want to play this game at a higher frame rate than that, because enemy aim is tied to frame rate. And at 60 FPS, they aim still really well, but at least somewhat normally. At 600 FPS, they get essentially hit scan. I think it's anything past like 240 FPS, they will hit scan you pretty much like exclusively. So you need to cap your frame rate for this. So we just allow runners to cap their frame rate by running RTSS in the background. Nice and simple way to do that. Regarding controls, the video options and all that are kind of up to you. For controls, I use ESDF for my movement keys, just ignore that part. You're going to need to make sure you bind crouch and jump. You'll need those. You'll need some button for interact. It's tied to L, but L is bound to my mouse, so that's why that says that there. And it's the same thing with the reload is bound to U, which is that button. And then past that, you really only need a couple of weapons here. I have them all bound just because I did when I initially played it. But you only really need shotgun, machine gun, sniper rifle, and rocket launcher. Everything else you don't really need. You can kind of just ignore the rest of them. But you do need those. Grenades as well. You will need grenades, because that is we will be using grenades at some points during the run. Aside from that, you don't need a lot of other things. So we start the game on, we're gonna start the game, we play the game on easy because easy is the fastest difficulty. And the way that the auto split, so we have an auto splitter because when we just run on PCs, I don't think this has a console port, at least I'm not aware of one. But when you run it on PC and you run it with live split in the auto splitter, the timer will start automatically. The annoying thing is though, as soon as the loading bar fills up all the way, it will just start. The timer will start. So you can actually lose time on the loading screen, funnily enough. So what I do for this is I start hitting escape, and since my forward key is E, I hit E for this. If you're using WASD, like most people do, you're going to tap W. But I do kind of like this, where I hit both keys one after the other, and that way I can kind of skip all these opening cutscenes and start moving right away. So you got to crouch under that first door. The first door only goes up somewhat. Now, this spot's kind of weird because you can jump over either side of the box. The boxes here. If you jump over the right side like this, usually, even while the stuff is falling, you're still going to get stuck. You can jump over the left side, and you typically have better luck with this. However, as you can see, stuff kind of falls in the way here. So you're going to want to grab these things and kind of throw them out of the way as you run forward. So what that would look like in an actual attempt, hit forward, crouch under. I'm going to wait just a second before jumping, and then just kind of grab that and pick it up and throw it out of the way. It's pretty typical. Whenever the camera pulls back like that, it means it's a cutscene that's about to start, and we're going to spend the cutscene staring at the back of Arnold's head, because that's literally all the cutscenes are in this game for some reason that aren't like the beginning of the game or the end of the game or like the beginning of a level. There's a couple other ones, but not very many. You're just interacting with the door. There's a long cutscene here that you want to skip, and you want to skip that one pretty quickly because that door closes. So I'll quit out and show you exactly what that looks like. If you don't skip that cutscene fast enough, that door is going to close on your face, and you're going to have to open it the hard way, which is, come on, get out of the way. I'm stuck. There we go. So it's this room. So if I'm going to go forward, but I'm not going to skip the cutscene immediately. I'll just wait like a second, and then I'll go forward, and you'll see just how fast that door closes. So as long as you can kind of time it properly to hit escape as soon as you walk up to the cutscene trigger, then you can quit out of it really quickly and walk through the door before it closes. But the timing is very tight here, so you got to kind of get a feel for it. The cutscene is going to start right around that line roughly. So I'm going to walk forward. Didn't skip the cutscene immediately. I see the door even like was already closed. Like that's how fast it can do that. So you want to be skipping it very quickly. Come into here. You're going to grab the battery. Now you're on an auto scroller, so I'm just going to hold the battery here, and then it will go when it goes, and then you just turn around and walk into this thing. And that's on a little bit of an auto scroller too. For this spot, it says press any key. You're going to start the cutscene before this level starts, and then you'll get movement to Arnold again. So what I do for this is I tap forward, escape, forward, real quick. Bah, bah, bah. And by doing that, I can get out of the load screen, skip the cutscene, and start moving really fast. It's like a little tiny optimization. So like, just like that. Now, be careful about jumping into this hill, because as you can see, I was holding forward that entire time. So this is anytime you're going into an upslope. Generally, if it's like a straight flat upslope, you're fine. You don't need to worry about it. But if it's like wonky and lumpy like this, and you jump into it, okay, I didn't do it that time. You'll get what happened a second ago, where I'm holding forward. There we go. Like it's very silly like that. Now I'm going to load the level real quick, so you can see what we do here. So I'm running out of oxygen, and you start this level with very low health. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run up here, fill up my health bar about 80, like 80 health points in the bottom left corner is what you're going for. It doesn't have to be exactly 80, but you want to fill it up to about that much. So as you get up there, you're going to push the button on the door and hold forward as you kind of move to the left. The air pressure from opening the door is going to push you backward a little bit. Just keep holding forward, and the air pressure will equalize, and you'll be able to move forward. But yeah, it's like some people kind of get right out like, oh, I'm moving. It's just because the air pressure. Just keep holding forward, and it'll kind of correct itself. Now, if you're a beginner and you want to do this the safe way, you can go around the railing like this. If you are crazy like me and Zensen, who is the world record holder, you will jump over the railing like that. And this is where you get your first pistol. By the way, this isn't actually relevant to the speedrun, but this guy will be in one of like 4 positions when you enter the level. He'll either be up like this, he'll be flopped over the railing, or in some other random position. I don't know why, but that's how it is. You're gonna come over here, push this button. I'm gonna walk over here. Now, when you get through this, when this door opens, you're going to see a guy there. If you can get the kill on him quick enough, grab the chair and walk back, you can do all of that before this door closes. It is very fast timing, and if you miss your first shot, you basically won't get it. Now, I'm not going to demonstrate that because that's just a matter of going quickly. But note that if you can do it fast enough, this door will be open when you get through. So door opens, and see, like I would guaranteed not get it because it took me a second to get him.
Or should I say, Former person.
So, and typically when you do that cutscene, you don't take that long getting in there. And so he only says the first part of that line. I actually forgot he said the second part of that line until just this moment when he said it. You can break a lot of the dialogue in this game by going quickly. So you're bringing this chair over here. And if you saw this run at SGDQ, you know what to expect. You know what's coming. If you were not present for SGDQ, well, you're in for a ride. So I'm going to quick save here just because we're going to be spending a lot of time outside where there's no oxygen. So grab the chair, bring it down here. Now, we're going to do what's called prop gliding. You've probably heard of this from other games. It's very common in Amnesia, Penumbra, those games from Frictional. We're going to do the same thing here. So you can get this chair in kind of any position you want. This one seems to be the most consistent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to like kind of drop the chair over like this. And if you have the chair standing up, come on. So if you have the chair standing up normally like this, what you can do is you can just kind of move to the right and let go of it, and it'll just flop over like that, nice and easy. But you ideally want it in this position. Now, when you start getting really fast and competitive, you're going to probably you'll probably need to skip doing this part and just grab it and go and hope it works. You're at the mercy of RNG once your time starts getting lower and lower, because prop gliding is RNG in this game. But you're going to want to get in that position. So I'm going to reload just to kind of demonstrate. And by the way, you want to drop the chair here. If you drop the chair here and then open the door, it goes flying. Flying. Hey. Okay, I'm surprised it didn't do it that time, because normally it does. Yeah. So you get the chair here. I'm going to quick save just in case. You're going to grab the chair right around where the seat meets the back. You're going to grab it there, aim straight down. Perfectly 90 degrees down. It should look like this, and you're going to let go of the chair. Now, this is actually what we want, because now when you start jumping, you will be able to glide. Now, unfortunately, I have what's called a bias, and a bias is basically where, if you picture like a cube, like basically the whole chair has like a cube-shaped hitbox. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to grab it right in the dead center of that hitbox. Well, if you grab it off to the side at all, or if you grab it in such a way where when you let go of it, the axis shifts, the box is going to kind of tilt like this. And what happens when you jump is that tilt is going to start moving you in whatever direction the tilt is aimed at. It's a little hard to explain exactly what's happening there, but basically what you have to know is sometimes you're going to grab the chair, pull it inside of you, and then start jumping, and you will just move in a direction no matter what directional keys you're holding. Sometimes it's really severe, like that one just now. Sometimes it's only like slight. It depends on how much of a tilt you get when you pull the hitbox into yourself. But you want to try to go for as little bias as possible, except for one part later in the game. We'll talk about that. So I'm going to load because I'm about to lose my oxygen here. So I'm going to grab it, pull it inside, and this is actually, for whatever reason, when the chair spins like this is actually kind of the best case scenario. So right now I'm just floating, and I'm not moving side to side or forward and back. I'm like perfectly straight. This is ideal. This is what you want. You notice how I grabbed the chair in the same spot and still got two very different biases as I did this. I don't know why that happens. It just does. So what you're going to do is you're going to start jumping repeatedly, and you just need to keep maintaining your jump. I have jump bound to right click as well as spacebar, so I can just right click my mouse and over and over and maintain my jump this way. So you're going to start flying this way. I hit a wall. Interesting. Oh, and I lost the chair. Yeah, sometimes the chair will just fall out from underneath you. That can happen as well. There is an incredible amount of randomness to prop gliding. So yeah, while there's no technical RNG, like we don't have any RNG like Dompe in Kokiri Graveyard, we still have RNG in other ways. So, oops. I don't know what I'm stuck on. There we go. So this is... Okay, I'm getting stuck on something, and this is not normal. I'm not sure why. But, okay, well, the chair wanted an intimate moment with me, I guess. Not what I normally get with this chair. Okay, for some reason, I'm hitting a wall of some sort that's not normally here. This is very... I might have to start the level over and just do the whole thing like normal. Because normally I'm doing this like really fast. So I'm wondering if taking a long time to do this is like part of the reason why.
Oh, that...
There we go.
Honestly, you said this is a 2007 game, right? That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. But this is what you want. So like going over that little hump is kind of the plan. I have to say it. Oh, I have to say it. Do you want to say it? You can say it if you want, Sarge.
That's never happened before.
I have never seen the game do this in this spot. It does this in other places. I've never seen it do it here. So, okay, let's try this again. I'm thinking back to my SGDQ run and thinking, man, how did it go as well as it did? And believe me, that was not a good run in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so you just want to maintain... I mean, you want to stay low over these buildings. Okay, this is what's normally supposed to happen. And you're aiming for this little wall corner right here. So you're just going to kind of drop down and land in this corner, and this cutscene starts. By the way, this guy, I forget his name, one of the weirdest written characters I've ever seen. So as soon as the cutscene starts, you hit escape, and then you're going to want to hit your scan button. There's a scan button. I have it set to tab. And this is what's going to teach you to scan doors and stuff. So you scan that, and that's how you can interact with things from far away. Grab the shotgun, and then a little time save here is to come over here, open the door, and then, yeah, he's just going to do that for some random reason. Another cutscene starts. As soon as you skip this cutscene, turn to the left and start moving forward. Now, note that you have to do this whole thing really fast, because even though we are indoors, my oxygen's still draining. And that's because we never crossed the trigger line that gets rid of the oxygen losing. It still thinks we're outside, basically. So you just want to make sure you do that whole thing relatively quickly. Now, start mission 3. Well, it's called mission 2 because Artemis is technically called mission 0, but it's the third mission as far as I'm concerned. When you start this is the first actual combat in the game. Now, there's a couple different ways you can go about doing this, and I'll do this level a couple times using different routes so you can see what the options are. But for this one, this is another case of where I hit forward, escape, forward, like that, in order to skip everything. Now, what you can do is kill all the robots, as one does. Now, if you do that, this cutscene is going to play. Just hit escape and you're fine. Now, the unfortunate thing is it warps you back over here, which is, you know, annoying, but not the end of the world. And these guys will drop some weapons, so you want to grab those if you can. Now, if you're a beginner, and this is what I would recommend if you're a beginner, run through the whole thing like normal. It doesn't take a super long time. One thing you are going to want to do, though, is stop off and grab the grenades here, and then lift this lid and throw it away because there's 2 more nades under here, just to grab those things. Because you're going to want to get those nades for later. And the way that you run through this, like normal, just kind of ignore everything else around you. You may have to shoot a couple of these guys. It's not terribly uncommon. But you're just going to... I haven't done this route in a long time because I do the faster method. So I sort of forgot which way to go there. By the way, ignore that guy. He's just fine. He's not sliced in half. And then once you get into here, this is... Out there's where we were a minute ago. This robot did not aggro. Interesting. Now, if you do this route, the nice thing is, when you come in here, you'll get the sniper rifle right there. You're going to want to push the button to turn the generators off. And then what you can do is break the window and jump through. Break the window. Jump through. Jump through. Did you see why I said I don't like this game?
All of a sudden, I'm feeling a little guilty here.
And fall damage. So, okay. So let me unpack what just happened there. There's collision in the screens that are above the window in front of it. And what I was trying to do is jump onto the console to then crouch through the window. However, the screen that was there prevented that happening. So you gotta do this kind of quickly, but you also need a little bit of health, because if you don't have enough health, you're gonna take fall damage when you land. And if you don't have enough health, you get to look at this screen. So let's try that again. I'm gonna do the same route as before. Instead, though, this time I'm going to actually skip all these guys, because you can. You would kill them early on doing runs for safety's sake. I don't think that door actually even opens unless everything's dead. Interesting. I'm even learning things along with you. And those are explosives, by the way, so you can... All right. Stop and grab their ammo. You caused me damage. I'm taking your guns. I'm gonna heal a little bit just because you can take a lot of damage very quickly in this game. That's what gets it open. Okay. Excuse me. They're bumping into me. Oop. Yeah, that guy on the right he's fine. Don't just ignore him. Oh man, I've taken a lot of damage. I'm actually gonna stop and grab. There's a health pack in there. You can what you can do. Okay, you're gonna grab that. Drop down. Oh, just kidding. You're not gonna drop down. Crud! I gotta run around. So you push the button. And actually, I don't even think you need to push the button. I think you can actually skip pushing the button entirely. But you're going in there to get that chair, because you need that chair in order to, because you're going to do another prop glide in this spot. I'm going to look to the right, to the left, so you don't have to see that guy. Yeah, and a gap will form here from that explosion, so you just got to make sure that you jump over it. Is there another health pack in here? Would like one. There's not. That's okay. Anyways, you're coming in here. You're gonna grab this chair, throw it out the window. Help! Okay, so that's one route. The point is, you want to have that chair outside where that was. So I'm gonna do it again, but this time, please. And sometimes this guy will run over this way, so you can shoot that explosive and blow him up, which is a nice little combat optimization. All right. So now if you ran around, grabbed the chair, threw it out the window, you've got a health station here to kind of refill up on. Having the chair here is the goal. So once you have the chair here, you're ready for the next step. If you get a faster time, or once you get a faster time, I should say, you are going to want to do the window skip. So what you're going to do, you're going to shoot the window a couple times. Now, the setup for this is omega pixel perfect, and it is random as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to whip out the nades, which is why we grab them. I'm going to crouch. I'm going to get right in this corner. I'm holding forward and right, and I am like pressed up into this corner. Now, what you're going to do, it's a little hard to see, but what I'm doing is I'm aiming right at that specific pixel. And it's right on the black line. Like, so if you see the distance, it's really hard to let me see if I can actually switch to a different weapon to show this. So what I'm doing, that was weird. I jumped for no reason. I don't have aim, I think, bound to anything. Yeah, so let me bind that to, I don't know, J. That doesn't work. Okay, so let's just bind aim to right mouse for the moment. It's still bound to, hang on. Oh, I didn't. That's why it didn't work. I didn't hit apply. Okay, so that explains.
Oh, okay.
That explains that. Yeah, you have to, when you change a keybind, you have to hit apply, or it does this nonsense. Shoot. J apply. There we go.
All right.
That was a headache. All right.
First.
So now I'm a little closer, so you can see a little bit better. So if you notice the distance between this black line and this dark green line, I am about that distance away, like to the left from this line. So it's kind of like I'm making like part of a square. Or I guess it would be this way for your visual. So if I'm using the vertical black line here, would be my index finger, and my thumb is about the distance. Like I'm placing my crosshair on like the very tip of my thumb, about the distance from this line to this line. I know that's kind of a weird explanation, but I don't really have a great other way of explaining it. You're just going to kind of aim to this spot. If it looks about equidistant, then you're in the right spot. So all told, whoops, it is going to look, I have to do such a weird thing for this. It's going to be aimed right about there, right about that spot. And what I do, crouch, I make sure I'm aimed in that spot. I'm going to quick save. I'm going to throw that nade once it's fully charged. Now, in a perfect world, that will happen first try. That does not always happen first try, just FYI. But you can get the chair through the window that way. It is much faster than running around, but early on, I would say don't go for the strat because there's a little bit of randomness involved in doing it. And in fact, if I just load checkpoint and throw it again, no chair this time. For whatever reason, explosion physics are tied to something RNG related. I don't know what exactly it is. So I got a 2 for 3, which is actually higher than average. But if you aim in that spot, your odds go up pretty significantly. I've seen a couple other setups for it, but I've never had really great luck with any other setup than this one. If you start doing this run and you start trying to figure out a setup for yourself and you're looking at that like, okay, this setup's not working, I'm not getting the chair, I'm getting it like 1 out of 10 times or whatever, then you may want to experiment with different setups. There's certainly not one absolute right way to do this, but that is the way that I have found to be most consistent for me, is to get this out. Now, if you're lucky, you will also get the sniper rifle, which will come out of here. The sniper rifle will come out 1 in 20 times or something like that. It is more random than the chair, as a matter of fact. Now, when you get really, really fast, you can actually, what you do is, as soon as the fight starts, you run over here. I just skip all these guys. I shoot this guy, and this guy usually runs to the left, and so I shoot the explosive barrel right here to kill him. And I just run right past, and I leave the other guys alive. Come over here, grab the nades. I'll shoot him. I may not. It kind of depends. Come over here. I'll do a quick top off if I need it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Just kind of depends on how much random damage you've taken. And then I get right in the corner and I do it while the fight's still going on. And that skips having to exit the cutscene and then run back over here, so you save some time that way. I'm just going to do this without doing it in the middle of combat, but know that you can do it in combat if you so choose. Once you get real fast, and that's how I do it in my PB attempts, which I don't do anymore because I want to play this game again. All right, are you convinced to run this game now? So this particular prop glide is very inconsistent. The chair is as normal as any other chair is. The issue is once you get over to where we're going. So I quick saved already, right? Yes, I did. Okay. Yeah, you're going to want to drop a quick save here because this will go any kind of direction you don't want it to. So I'm going to grab it, pull the chair in, and I've got a bias backwards. I'm holding forward right now, but I'm getting pushed backwards. That's a bias. And you're going to want no bias for this. You're going to need to have a bias-free prop glide. This is good. This is what we want. Okay. So you're going to come over here. Yeah, you have to be very careful that you don't bump into this wall with the chair, because if you bump into the wall with the chair, you could create yourself a bias just like that. And there goes the chair. You got to be real careful here. But you saw the little sliver of the wall that we're trying to hop over. You have to get into that hole in the wall without touching the wall. it's difficult, and this run is very tough. You know, especially once you get a fairly competitive time. And I mean, like, Zen's even, like, I think a couple minutes faster than me because he goes for just crazy YOLO strats that I am terrified to try. So once you get into here, and if you can keep the chair underneath you, which is not what happened there. I lost the chair as I dropped down. Chair. Okay. This looks good. Yeah, sometimes you'll get stuck as well. Come on. Chair. Chair, please. Chair.
I believe in the chair.
Well, the chair did not believe in you.
Yeah, it's fair. I get that a lot.
Okay, so this is another, that's a pretty biased one. That's another position that the chair ends up in sometimes when I go for prop glides. Usually that one can play pretty nicely, but that one, particular one just happened to have a bias on it. Yeah, and this will happen typically most often when the chair is, like, if you look down and the chair is off to the side, that's you, because what you're basically doing when you do these prop glides is you're fusing your hitbox with the object hitbox. It's like you're positioning the object hitbox, because when you grab onto an object, the collision detection changes, and then when you let go of the object, it reverts back to what it was before you grabbed it. And we're counting on that change from changed back to normal for the collision to fuse into ours. And that's what causes us to become one with the chair, as Covert Muffin said at SGDQ. So because you're becoming one hitbox, if it's off to the side, the hitbox becomes really wide and it doesn't fit through that hole in the wall. Okay, so this is what we want, except for the part where if the chair just falls out from underneath you, and that happens pretty often in this particular spot, this will happen. This is not the most consistent of skips, but it is the only way to skip the whole level, because if you don't do this, you're going to play through multiple minutes of gameplay. Cool. This is what you want. So if you land here, you're good. By the way, you cannot quick save out of bounds. I mean, you can quick load a quick save out of bounds, but it's not going to look the way you expect it to. It's going to do some weird stuff. So just as an FYI, don't save when you get to here, because it won't go the way you want it to. But you're going to get to this side of this wall, and you're going to just push forward, and you're going to try and get basically eye level with this thing on the wall. Just like that. And as soon as you drop down far enough, the cutscene starts. And that's the end of that level. Get me out of here. So depending on how much damage you've taken, now that I have shotgun ammo, I'm going to switch to my shotgun. Depending on how much damage you've taken in the last, if you decided to run through all the robots and get hit a bunch of times, depending on what you've done, you may have taken a lot of damage. I'm at 91 health, so I'm pretty solid. I'm just going to top off real quick. You may be down to 30 health, and you may need to fill up a lot here. There's again, randomness to this game, so your mileage may vary. Figure out how much health you need, fill up, and then we're going through this door. Now, when you go through, you're going to want to kill everything in here. And the reason why is because we're going to be setting up for a big skip. And you do not want to try to do this setup while a bunch of guys are hitting you. If you take a bunch of damage like I just took 29 points of damage, there's a health pack right here. Now, this trash can right here is clipped into the shelf. I don't know why it's clipped into the shelf.
I was waiting for an explanation.
It's also dancing. It's trying to do what I did at GDQ. Okay. This thing on its side. So this is your setup for this. You want to get the trash can here in this spot, and you want the red opening facing you. Where you grab the trash can matters a lot less than where you grab a chair if you're trying to go for the chair. By the way, the music's a bop for this level. All right, so I'm gonna quick save, and you always want to quick save right before you go for a prop clip, because depending on randomness, you may not get a chance to reset up if it goes poorly, like if for whatever reason it doesn't stay or you get a heavy bias or whatever. Trash cans almost never have a bias because they have a flatter hitbox, and that flatter hitbox doesn't tilt as easily. If you think about like trying to tip over a bowl versus tip over a drinking glass, and you kind of get the idea of what I'm getting at there. So you're gonna grab the trash can, you're gonna run into the wall like that. Now, if the trash can does this is what you want. If you don't get this, then you guys gotta try it again. No big deal. But as you can see, I can now float on this thing. You're not going to get as much height on each jump as you will with a chair, because flatter hitbox means smaller jumps as opposed to taller hitbox, bigger jumps. But this is still going to be faster than using the chair because there's a lot more consistency to trash cans than chairs. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say out loud, but here we are. So you're going to jump through. You're going to also want to be elevated as you jump over the lip of that door frame, because the trash can will get stuck in that spot. And you want to just do that no matter what. If you take a chunk of damage, you can also come over here. Med pack? What? That's weird. All right, so we're back to where we want. Now, this door takes a minute to open, but once it does, you can go through. You're gonna come up to the right, float right over this railing, and jump through here. Now, this is a spot where trash can. I'm dying inside. There we go.
I didn't expect to feel so guilty.
This doesn't often happen anyway. Like, if you're moving pretty consistently, having the trash can kind of pop out of you is not terribly common, but for whatever reason, it's just wanting to do it a lot today. I don't know why it is doing that. That is so strange. Yeah, this will also sometimes happen where it just won't clip you in. It usually has to be a flat piece of wall. This is slanted, so that's why it's kind of it's like stopping me from going in all the way. If it's a flatter wall, it's a little bit easier to do that. All right, what you're gonna do is you're gonna float over these pipes and land here. Now, if you get a big heavy bias with a trash can, it can happen, and in fact, we will do that on purpose later in the run. But sometimes if you get a heavy bias with a trash can, it's actually not a big problem. You could just land, and for whatever reason, like if your trash can hitbox is like this, landing will flatten it out again. Nice and easy. You're gonna come through here now. As long as you jumped over the pipes, these guys, for whatever reason, their AI doesn't spawn in. The models are spawned in, but the AI does not spawn in. Don't know why the AI is tied to a spawn trigger and not the whole enemy, but yeah. You have to kill them in order to progress the next phase. I shot this guy at point blank range with a shotgun and missed. Amazing. So you get all four, go through here. There's a health pack right there. If you've taken a lot of damage, if you've taken more than 60 points of damage, you can heal up until you get to 40 HP and then grab that med pack. That'll put you back at 100. What you're gonna do, walk through here, and as soon as this cutscene starts, you're gonna wanna come back and float up here. And if you're fast enough, you'll get through that door before it closes. If it closes, you can just wait till it opens again. It will not open a second time. So if you miss that second one, you just have to wait for the door to open in that office that we were just in, where we skipped that cutscene. Go through the door, and you can walk right up here. Going through that door is a time save. It is not a significant time save, especially early on. So I would not reset runs over that early on. I will reset runs on that with the time that I have now. So, but once you're through here, you can get rid of the trash can. You don't need it. Top off if you need to, and into the vents. This is a good spot to reload all your weapons in case you have used any of them. And I typically have the assault rifle out for this. because the next enemy we're going to kill is a human, and humans die very easily to the assault rifle. A cutscene is going to start as soon as you hit this grate. Escape and forward. Real fast skip. And that's just going to come with practice. Once you figure out where the trigger lines are, you'll be able to like skip them instantly. Yeah. You're going to go all the way to the end. You can go left or right. Always follow the lights. Now, there's 2 human enemies down here. I killed the one just to make sure that I'm not taking a ton of damage, because I'm going to take a little bit of fall damage here as well. But what you can do is just kill the one, hit the lever, and then go straight to the level exit. So I drop down, kill him. Hopefully not get stuck a whole bunch. And then through this pipe. That's the level exit. I'm trying to retain as much of my soul as I can, but I'm dying a little every level I do. This next level is, I would argue, probably one of the hardest ones in the run. There's a lot of places you can die, and I'd say maybe this is like second hardest out of all of them. And not because there's any big skips. There is one big skip, but it's not really. This is almost a glitchless level. There's no prop gliding or anything like that. If we had prop gliding, we could actually skip the whole level, but we don't have a way to skip it. So as soon as the level starts, you're gonna want to like, as soon as it starts, there's no cutscenes. So as soon as you hit you start the level, you're gonna hit your scan, aim up here, and as soon as you hit interact on that crane is gonna start moving. Now, you are on an auto-scroller until that crane gets into the right spot, so you don't need to necessarily rush super fast and feel like, oh my god, I have to get there, but you don't want to lollygag either, because this crane will start moving without you. And what I would do early on, quick save here, do a nice big jump, and the reason why you have to wait to jump is because if you jump too early, that crane arm will stop and effectively soft lock you. Why did the developers design it like that? I can't tell you. I don't know. It's a very weird thing that they did that, but they did do that. So you gotta, yeah. Wait a second. And I don't have a visual cue for that either. I just kind of eyeball it like, okay, it looks far enough away, jump. Quick save before and after the jump, by the way. And then as soon as you are close enough here, you can run and jump onto this one. Got a cutscene here. Now, what I do is I hit this button, and as soon as the door opens, I quick save. The reason why is because something is likely to go wrong in this next bit, and you're going to need to have a save to come back to, because you're now effectively on an escort mission. This is an escort mission where we're going to escort a train. You're supposed to ride the train. It is much faster to escort the train instead. So what you're going to do? Come down here. Just ignore these guys. Put yourself in this corner and start healing. Now, eventually they will stop shooting you and you will start to actually heal. Or they'll do what they're doing right now, where they shoot you so much that you don't heal at all. Again, RNG! Guys, stop shooting me. Enemies! Also, why you want to have a quick save here. You may have to do this a couple times. Enemies, stop it. Thank you. All right. By the way, that guy, for whatever reason, that guy we just passed, he is invincible until he moves to where he just moved. So don't bother shooting him. You can't kill him. You can't kill him. Anyways, once you're on the stairs, whip out the grenades. You're going to want to charge up your nades and throw it out right there. Yep, and that's exactly what you want. Push the button and then get out of the get out of the train. You start walking this way. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that again because I'm taking a ton of damage here. So one thing to note, if you suddenly drop low on health, what you can do instead of going straight into the tram is run into the room those guys emerged out of. There's some health in there. You can do that, then go hit the train. You just want to make sure that you are ready to escort the train when you push the button. It's not a big deal with this particular first one, but when you get to the second one, you got to make sure that you're moving pretty quickly, because otherwise the train's going to go in the wrong direction and then you're toast. So I need to load because this guy's filling me full of rockets. I'm going to get in this corner and hope they stop shooting me. Yes. Move, sir. Wow. Look at, I'm already down to 40 health. And I fell. I'm very good at this game. Stop shooting me, guys. Thank you. Okay. So throw the nade, and that's just going to be a timing thing of when to time it. And by the way, you can get very easily stuck in that doorway, so be careful. Kill this guy, because he has our rocket launcher, and we want it. Gonna whip out that rocket launcher as soon as you see this door open. There's another enemy off to the left, and I guess he saw me and decided to snipe me. That happens too. You're gonna see this level so much. Yeah, whatever reason that guy's melee does insane damage. Hey, you're in a different spot than you normally are. You're also shooting yourself with your rocket launcher, sir. Okay, hopefully I can keep some of this health. Get in here, grab this health. As soon as the door opens, you're going to push the button, immediately exit, and book it over here. Push that. If you don't, that train is going to go off to the left. That is bad. We do not want that. We want this train going to the right. And you got to do that pretty quickly. If you get stuck in the doorway, that's a problem. So yeah. Once the train is moving, you come over here, take this guy out. This requires some pretty steady aim. Luckily, if you know how to fight the recoil, you can usually do that. I usually top off my health here if I'm low. But the big thing is making sure that you refill your oxygen, because as you've noticed, I'm almost out. And that is bad. If you have the sniper rifle is really effective on these drones that we're about to meet. So I don't think we've met this enemy yet. The drones are very, very tanky. Like, they are turrets, basically. They can take a ton of damage out of you, and they also give you a bunch of screen shake. Like, you'll see the screen shaking when they hit you because they hit you that hard. These guys need to go. So if you see a turret, kill it. It's bad. Yeah. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to start taking this guy down. Yeah. And they take usually about one clip, a little bit less than if your aim is really solid. But there's a ton of recoil on this thing. Now, what I would recommend doing early on, kill this guy, kill that guy. I'm at 8 health. If your health is low, you've got a med pack here and another med pack here, and that can put you back at full health. Now, if you... Well, he's just sitting down now, isn't he? That was weird. If you really want to be fast, what you can do, as soon as the door opens, run in, push the button, and then run out. Early on, I would recommend you kill these guys first, just because the faster strat is very risky, and I even died doing it at SGDQ. So, yeah. Push the button. You're going to push this button to reopen it if it's still closed. You're going to get a cutscene that's going to happen right around the time that door opens. Just hit escape to get out of it. You're going to run in here. Jump back over this thing. I got to explain this kind of weird. So Arnold's hitbox is not shaped like a square as like yours and mine. Arnold's a little bit different. His hitbox is pill-shaped. So the bottom of his hitbox is rounded. Now, this is normally not a problem of any sort, except if you need to jump off of a ledge of some sort. Because the issue is this game does not have any coyote time at all. There's 0 frames of coyote time built into this. And so having a curved hitbox with 0 frames of coyote time means that your jumps will sometimes just not register, even though you are still technically on the platform. Very, very weird, I know, but we're going to actually use this pill shape to our advantage. I'm going to run up these stairs and then jump as I'm on the decline, and that's actually going to launch me forward. Kind of weird, but it looks like this. Okay, didn't get lucky that one. You don't want to jump too far down, just like that. Jump over. Push the button. You're going to want to crouch down. You got an oxygen dispenser here that you can use to keep yourself recharged, but stay crouched, otherwise they're going to start poking you in the head with bullets, and that hurts. But you just have to ride this train through here. There's no way to skip this train ride because there's no way to prop glide out of this. If we could prop glide, we could skip this. Now, once you get to here, there's a bunch of boxes in the way. Try to avoid this. There's a bunch of boxes in the way. Now, what you're supposed to do in the game is you're supposed to hack this vehicle loader and move all of the boxes in the, out of the way. That takes multiple minutes. We're not going to do that. Instead, what you're going to do is push this, and then as soon as this button becomes available again, you're going to push it twice. I pushed it twice. For whatever reason, the second one didn't register. And it will just push the boxes out of the way. Otherwise, you're just waiting for this train to get to its final destination and for the door to open, which is going to be right around here. Now, I'd recommend dropping a quick save as soon as this door starts to open. Run over here, and you're just going to basically run to the end of the level. We do have to hit a button before we get there. What I would do is I would whip out the assault rifle, because you're going to get another drone in a second. So take this drone out. I'm kind of dragging my mouse down as I fire because the recoil on this thing is absolutely ridiculous. You can ignore this. Even though he's firing rockets, you can actually ignore him. Push this button, grab some health if you need it, and then exit through here. I go a little wide on that because he typically fires a rocket right as I come around that corner. And if you beeline it, he'll hit you. So just go a little wide. Usually won't take any splash damage there. And then you just walk through the door, and that's the end of the level. Now, the next one, so I said that level's the second hardest. This level's probably the hardest, only for the reason of there's a ton of combat in this level. And as far as I can remember, there's no skips. Don't think there's any skips in this level. Luckily, it's not a super long level casually anyway, but this game's not very long casually either. As soon as the level starts, what I do is I hit escape. I do kind of that escape forward, escape forward, escape forward. And I do that to get through here. So I'm going to move forward, start hanging to the right. I would drop a quick save right here. You're about to meet a ton of enemies. Now, if you are gutsy, you can just kind of run past them. He's easy to shoot, so I can just shoot him pretty easily. And you can get here. Now, I got really lucky there. They kind of ignored me for the most part. Sometimes they will just laser you down. So your mileage may vary. Some runs it goes well, some runs it does not. As soon as you go through this door, what you're going to do is you're going to shoot out the window and then whip out the nades. And you're going to want to like shoot and then immediately pull out the grenades. So start mashing your grenade key. You're going to want to kind of tuck yourself into a corner real quick to charge up the nade and then throw the nade through the window that you're about to shoot. Altogether, that's going to look like this. Just like that. Now, if you're lucky, that will take care of most of them. And that killed all of them? I've never had that happen in a run before. I wish that happened in runs. Typically, one of them will run out of here and harass me. So I got very lucky there. All right, so through here. So as soon as you clear out everybody, if you need health, you can grab a health pack right where this guy is now sleeping. All right. Just being silly at this point. You're going to want to, by the way, keep reloading pretty consistently as you go. Now, once you get through here, there's 4 enemies. You need to kill all of them. Otherwise, they're going to bother you immensely. The first 2 show up right here. The other 2, I would go for this guy first and then go for this guy. Make this guy your last target because now you're going to grab this battery. And the way you throw objects is you just use your left mouse button, whatever you used for fire. Charge it and throw it. You're going to throw that one to the door, grab this one, and then go through the door with it. And then as soon as this door opens, if you charge up your throw and throw it, you can throw it right into the receptacle. Come back, grab this one, throw this one over to that door. Push this button, and you can go right through this window. It's a little faster than having to go around. Now, if you are lucky, you can go for battery yeet, which is a cool little strat, where you throw it right in from there. If you miss, just grab it and put it in. It doesn't lose you a lot of time. And then, yeah. Now, I'll let this cutscene play while I explain the next part. The next part is a gauntlet fight. You're going to get a bunch of enemies that come through a door. There is a pretty consistent strat for this, though. Sometimes they move around weirdly, so you may have to kill a couple manually, but this fight always works in waves. There's 2 flamethrower guys. These guys deal a metric ton of damage. You need to stay far away from them. 2 rockets will kill them. And being there 2 of them, you can shoot the rockets like between them, and both of them, if you shoot both rockets between them and they're close enough together, you'll kill them both. So as soon as you skip the cutscene, I come over here, kind of grab a few things. I'm going to reload. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge up a nade, and the nade will not explode in your hand, even though it's live. As soon as it turns green, I'm going to save, and then throw the nade. Okay, that's not where I wanted that to go. Let me actually try that again. Ooh. Interesting.
You'll have to hold them off a while longer until the program finishes running. So you can finish surfing for porn, yeah?
Now, these guys... Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Okay, so let me kind of explain what happens here. Those two flamethrower guys and all of the other ads that are running around, as soon as they all die, the double doors of the other side of that wall, that room, will open up, and you get 5 enemies that come in. They always come in like a weird, like, star pattern, or I don't know how you would phrase it, but they always come in the same pattern. If you are fast enough and you get a rocket right dead center of them, you can kill all 5 at once, which is speedy. But it is a little tough to do that, so I'm going to I don't know why he's just throwing the nade automatically. It's not what I wanted him to do.
You'll have to hold them off a while longer until the program finishes running. So you can finish.
I think it's as soon as the flamethrower guys are dead. I usually have them die last, so it's less of an issue, but can you not?
You'll have to hold them off a while longer until the program finishes running. So you can finish surfing for porn, yeah?
Doors open.
Hey, look, they
Yeah, I got 4 of them, which is pretty good. Oh, I got 3 of them. How did you not get hit?
think I'm doing precisely what I'm doing.
Weird. Okay. So as soon as they're all dead, you can come over here, heal up, reload all your stuff. And then what I do is I push up against this door, and as soon as the door opens, you can walk through. If you time it properly, the door will open, and the guy, if you don't time it properly, the guy will push past you, and then you're stuck behind him. But if you do time it properly, you can get in front of him, which is nice. I don't push forward against the door, because if you push forward against the door, as the door opens up, you will move along with the door while it's opening. Like, you'll be running into it, and you'll just kind of move to the side. Yeah, it's very silly.
Good work.
As soon as this one starts, you're facing a button, push it. Now you got landmines here. Now I'm going to use the assault rifle to kill this guy, because I don't want to use my rockets, because he has the rockets that I want. You could use a rocket if you're willing to take that risk, but you have to walk down the length of that hallway anyway, so I say just take the extra time to shoot him with the assault rifle, because you have to spend that time walking down the hallway anyway. There's not really any harm in using the assault rifle. And I want to hold on to as many rockets as I can for the next level. Kill him, go into the elevator. And you're going to want to do this all very, very quickly, by the way. You're also going to make sure you have a rocket loaded into your rocket launcher. So make sure that you have one ready to go. There's a health pack here if you need it, and you pretty likely will. And then you've got a cutscene. By the way, this cutscene right here is the greatest cutscene in the game by far. The dialogue is absolutely insane. So skip the cutscene. As soon as you get in here, get this guy out of the way. Now you can grab this chair. There's a chair over there. Up to you. There is a health station here if you need it. You can grab that chair if you want. I'm just gonna use this one. And this particular, okay, why are you not playing nice? This particular prop glide is very finicky, because of the fact that when you go through this door, you are going to be met by a wall of enemies. There's a ton of them in there, and it's very, very easy to just get hit and die. So you got to do this part quickly too. Not because it's a speed run, but because you'll die if you don't. So what I would, kind of your optimal strat here would be, get yourself ready to do this prop glide, and this is okay. This is the even one that we want. Get this prop into you. Hello? Oh. I was apparently 1 pixel too far away. Oh yeah, by the way, if you have the chair inside of you at the right angle, sometimes you will ice skate. So be careful with that. You're gonna hack this door. As soon as you open it, drop a quick save. You're gonna go through and go up to the right. Drop the chair, kill him. There is no guarantee about how much health you will have once you get through there. It is random. Luckily, there is a health station right here. If you have enough health, feel free to skip this health station. Otherwise, I am going to heal. Now, this is the spot where you want to have this rocket loaded. As soon as this door opens, I'm going to aim right in between all 3 of the enemies here in order to kill them. Just like that. Now, the cutscene won't start until you walk into the room, so keep that in mind. Now, there's a big flashing light in this cutscene. Now, if you skip the cutscene, for whatever reason, you still get the big flashing light. I don't know why, but if you watch the whole cutscene, you don't get big flashing light. I don't know why the flashing light is the property not of the cutscene, but of the world, but there you go. So when you skip the cutscene, it's going to be a bright light. You cannot see anything. And so it's hard to steer until you see where you're going. But we're going for that button right there. We're going to start the cutscene right about here. Like when you walk in, the cutscene skipped. You're going to be about here. So what I do is I hold backward for a second, and then I hold right. And I just kind of guess at how far I've moved, and then hold forward. And if I'm lucky, I'm in front of the button. You may not back up enough and you're bumped into this desk. You may be into the wall, whatever, but you'll be able to see again pretty shortly. It only lasts a couple seconds, but we're pushing that button. So as soon as the cutscene starts, I'm going to the right, just like that. And that's, I pushed it, yeah. And that is going to open this door. Now, you want to do this part fast too, because there's a bunch of enemies in here. Take this guy out, shoot the window, and if you are savvy enough of that jump, you can crouch and get through the window pretty easily. Those guys you can ignore, they won't bother you. Now, what you want to do, and before you even grab that, as soon as you walk through this door, if you've taken a ton of damage and you really, really need health, heal up to 40. If you're under 40, heal up to 40 here at this health station, and then come over here. Push this button, and you have to wait for the airlock, so you can come over here, open this, and then grab the med pack right there. As soon as this door opens, I don't usually quick save here, but if you're fairly new, I would recommend quick saving because you do take fall damage in that spot. I'm going to reload. I'm going to get out my assault rifle, skip that cutscene. Now, there's another drone up here. Just push forward, aim, and try to fight the recoil here, but you want this drone down. And like I say, they do a ton of damage. I was at like 60 something, and he brought me down by 30 in just that little stretch. This game is really hard for no reason. Now, this level has a skip called Crash Room Skip. And the reason why it's called that is because there's a room called Crash Room. And if Sabuline Horizon was here, he could maybe explain in chat why this happens. But basically, the short version of it is there's an enemy AI that is trained to, once it aggroes to you, it's supposed to run to a spot. That's how the enemy AI works in this game. It's a cover shooter. And so once the enemy knows you're there, it's supposed to run to cover in order to fight you. For whatever reason, this enemy's AI points to a null point that doesn't exist. And when that happens, the game just crashes. So the issue that we were fighting for a long time, like as I started learning this run, was that you would have to save, try to go through Crash Room, and hope it didn't crash. And if it did, restart the game and load your save and keep going. Luckily, restarting the game takes like almost no time at all. The game could crash and you could be back in within probably less than 10 seconds. So it wasn't a big deal. But then one day I was absolutely raging. I was like, yeah, and like screaming at the computer, like, I'm not running this again until we find a skip for this. Less than 24 hours later, we found Crash Room Skip. Crash Room Skip was almost as bad as Crash Room because you remember the hole that we were trying to shove a chair through back in level 3. It was the same thing, but even worse because you had to crouch partway through it. It was not fun. Luckily, Sabuline Horizon, the one I mentioned before, found a skip for Crash Room Skip, and that's why it's called Crash Room Skip. And Crash Room Skip is much more consistent than Crash Room Skip, and Crash Room for that matter. So as soon as you load in, you're going to be low on health. Heal up right here. You're going to skip a cutscene right here. Yeah, if you'll hear the if you hit pause while that's playing, you'll just pause the game. But once you how to explain this? Once the camera pulls away, like once you leave first person view and you pull back into third person view, as soon as that camera starts to move to third person view, you can hit escape and that'll skip the cutscene. So you don't want to hit escape immediately. You want to wait. I jumped the gun there on that one. You're gonna push through here, come through this door. Now, this is Jeff. Jeff is half the man he used to be. Sorry. Okay, so as soon as you get through here, as soon as this door opens, first thing you're going to want to do is shoot that explosive barrel. If you don't shoot that explosive barrel, the enemies will, as you walk past it, shoot the explosive barrel. What I do from there, I immediately pull out the rocket launcher and I shoot a rocket right dead center at the floor, right between all the enemies. Just like that. And that will get rid of them. And you want to kind of clear things out as you go. You're going to curve around to the right, throw another rocket, just kind of kill enemies as you go until we get to the chair that we're going to use to do another prop glide. So I usually throw another rocket right there between them to do that. You can use your rocket launcher here if you would like, although that is a little risky just because that chair does go flying around sometimes. Ooh, okay, that got him. I usually just ignore those guys. You top off here if you need it. And then I'm going to drop a quick save because this chair sometimes does not play nice. Oh, it's playing nice today. Sort of. Okay. If you get a really bad bias on this chair, that's usually not actually a problem because you just need to get over the railing. As soon as you're over the railing, you can drop the chair. And by going up and around instead of through the elevator, again, you get a situation where these guys' AI doesn't spawn in. This guy's does though, and he's annoying. So run through here. Cutscene's going to start as soon as you get up to that door. And once you're here, if you need more health, there's a med pack right here. And you'll notice how I'm saying that a lot. If you need health, here it is. You're going to take a lot of damage as this run goes on in the most random of places. So you just kind of expect that. As soon as you're through here, probably going to want to drop a quick save. I would get out your rocket launcher and deliver these guys a rocket. Now, I would just recommend killing everything here because trying to do crash room skip. Oh my goodness. So we're at 1 hit point. Like I said, you take a lot. By the way, we're playing on easy mode in case that wasn't clear. That happens. Luckily, there's a health pack right here. Now, what if you didn't take a ton of damage there? What if you were just fine and you still had full health? You managed to clear that whole room without taking damage. You still need to shoot out this grate because through this grate is where we're going. You have a chair here. Gonna bring that chair over here. Now, this chair, for whatever reason, will sometimes get a heavy bias. But then, for whatever reason, once you get through the elevator shaft, or not elevator shaft, through the AC vent here, and you get over, the bias disappears. I'm not totally sure why. I think it has to do with the vent shaft like straightening the hitbox out. I don't know exactly what it is, but usually there's no bias when you get through this vent. So you don't necessarily have to worry about that, but you do still have to worry about the chair bias getting into here in the first place. And you're gonna wanna save before you try to do this. So I got a little bias here, but as soon as I'm through the vent, oh, I lost the chair. Let's try that again. And so, yeah, sometimes that'll happen too, where the chair will just barely clip into you. And so once you jump a couple times, it'll kind of dislodge itself. It just says, I refuse. So climb through here. Yeah, that happens. If you want to, sometimes you can get like a Schrodinger's chair kind of thing, where if you don't look at it, it won't fly away from you. Not sure why, but yeah. As soon as you're over, I said that and jinxed myself. But as soon as you are through this vent, gonna get over. Usually, if you're doing this quickly, that you won't fail this many times. Usually, getting into the shaft is the hardest part. Once you're in the vent shaft, it's usually not an issue. I say that, and then that happens immediately. Come on. Thank you, chair. Okay, so and over. Cool. So now we're going to be able to fly without a bias. Now that is crash room right there. Oh, sorry, right there. We are coming over here. And this is where crash room skip happens. Now you're going to want to land here right at the end of this. Look around a little. You're going to kind of want to move your vector around until you see the chair appear, and then you can like grab it and let go of it because you don't want to have the chair here. By the way, do not quick save out of bounds. It will not do what you think it does. Now you're going to want to land here. Now, if you want to go absolutely YOLO it, you can just go straight for the button. I do not have that much bravery within my soul. So what I do is I land here first. I'm going to crouch, and I'm going to very, very carefully kind of, I'm getting a little nervous. I'm going to get right here in this corner. Once you're in this corner, just slowly tip over, and you can interact with the button from out of bounds. And that is crash room skip skip. I'm not going to show you crash room. I'm not going to show you crash room skip. Both are immensely difficult and much slower compared to crash room skip skip. You are welcome. And this is going to take us to the third to last level, I think. So this actually tutorial went faster than I expected it to. I thought this was going to take like much longer, but we are getting into some of the longer levels in this run. So keep that in mind. As soon as this level starts, you're going to need this trash can. The issue is that if you try to pick up this trash can, you'll notice how it's like vibrating around. And the reason why is because there are 3 aluminum cans inside of this trash can. So what you can do, which is what Zen does in his runs, is he just jumps on top of the trash can and throws them away. I typically have bad luck with that. So what I usually do is I try to tip the trash can over and knock them all out. But if you want to try and jump on top, you can. And then once the 3 aluminum cans that weigh so much are out of the trash can, you can now pick up the trash can. You cannot do that before you take the 3 aluminum cans out of the trash can. There's a cutscene that starts once you get close to this door. And then monitor your health here as well. If you don't have like at least, I'd say 80 health, come over here and grab the med pack. There's some ammo over here as well if you need it, but you very likely will not need it. At this point, I have 336 bullets in addition to the magazine I already have in. Grab the trash can, enter here. You can try and set up the trash can while you're in the elevator, and I usually try to just to save a little bit of time. If you're early on in the run, makes a little bit more sense to do out here. You can quick save before you do this. But you're going to want to do your trash can clip, I guess is what we're going to call it. Your prop glide setup. Drop a quick save. I usually use my shotgun for this part. You could probably use rocket launcher if you have extra shell or extra rockets for it. Now, you're going to fly up here. You're going to get to... Didn't realize how close I was. You're going to get to right about here against this building. All right. Trying to like balance this so I can show you what I'm doing. Now, once you get up to like eye level with the building, drop a quick save. You can drop a quick save midair. It will be fine. You don't have to worry. Just as long as you keep spamming jump as you quick load, then you'll be okay. But what we're going for is we're trying to purposefully get a bias on this trash can. Now, trash cans are not prone to a lot of bias, but the nice thing is because they have a really nice flat hitbox, when you do get a bias on a trash can, you get a big bias on a trash can. And we're going to use that to our advantage here. Doing the older route where you actually like drive the car through the surface of this asteroid and get yourself to the next area, it takes a long time. It's in some ways harder to do that. I would say just do this strat. This strat's actually not extremely difficult once you've practiced it a few times, but you will want to practice it a little bit just because there is sometimes a little bit of inconsistency here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quick save right about here. I'm going to push myself up against this building and I'm going to hold forward. And that's key. If you let go of holding forward, you'll still go this direction, but you won't go as fast. For some reason go faster if you hold forward. Now, if everything goes right, you will ricochet off to the right once you hit this mountain, just like this, and you're going to land on top of this mountain right here, and you're going to slide down the mountain. Do not jump while you are sliding down this mountain. Do not jump while you are sliding. Do not do it. you will instantly die. Ask me how I know that. Now, what? Oh, I've got a bias. I didn't land on a flat surface. There we go. And you notice my oxygen's low already. Not a huge issue. There's a health pack coming up. But you're going to ride the trash can all the way over here. I do got to make sure I get in there before I fully die, though. You're going to need to take this guy out. Now, you got a health station right here. And as soon as the door closes, the oxygen starts refilling. You can let go of that. Now, what I would do is I would push this lever. That's going to lower that gate right there. And you don't have to do that, but it makes this a little bit easier. And it doesn't really cost you a lot of time. Set up this chair and get ready for it. Because we're going to do another prop glide. Soon as I push this button and the door opens, I'm going to drop a quick save. Grab the chair. And if you get that, where you get a heavy bias, you can just really quickly reload. This is much better. If I can get through the door. And you're going to ride this chair all the way to our next destination. Now, you do need to set that up pretty quickly, and you want to make sure you have full oxygen before that door opens, because, and you do need full oxygen before you attempt this, because we are going to make it to the car that we're going to use to refill our oxygen, but barely. There is just enough oxygen through this. And in fact, depending on how wonky your bias is, if you get a weird like little slant bias away from yourself so that you move forward slowly, you may end up losing a little bit of health before you get to the car. It's not usually going to be a huge issue because there is going to be a health station at the end of the level as well. But you don't want to lose a ton of health here because you do want to have just some in reserve for the rest of this. So as you can see, we are just now getting to the car and my oxygen is like almost at 0. So what I like to do, I drop the chair, very nice and neat. As soon as my oxygen refills, I hit interact because that's what you use to exit the car, and then I drop a quick save. Set up this chair again. For whatever reason, setting up this chair, I was about to say, usually setting up this chair for whatever reason doesn't always give me a bias. And then it did that one time. Usually it doesn't, but that one I just got unlucky. That was not the stream, that was the game. Yeah, this is what you usually get by setting up this chair. And I'm going to aim right in between these two yellow poles on this subway rail. And you're just going to come over here. Now, if you try to go straight to the level exit, it will not be loaded in. I'm not sure why it's designed that way, probably for like asset saving, so that they didn't have like every asset loaded in at once. But you need to come around this mountain. And depending on how much height you get, depends on how much of the mountain, like how high up the mountain you can go. But you have to go around the mountain to get this to load in. If you just go straight to here over the mountain from up there, it will not, it'll just be empty space. There won't be anything there. And then you'll notice that my oxygen is almost at 0 again. And losing a little bit of health here is fine because there's a health station. You want to make sure that you are above 80 health, because above 80 is the cutoff. So if you hit the button while you're at 80 health and then you start healing, you'll heal up to 20 points between when you push the button and when the level ends, because there's a little bit of a delay on that. But then as soon as as soon as you push the button and you wait for that door animation to finish playing out, the level ends. Nice and easy. Now we're in the second to last level, and this is the last actual level because the last level is just a boss fight. And the boss fight is extremely straightforward, so there will not be a lot to explain with that one. I'm going to do 2 different versions of this level, though, because there's a couple different routes that you can do. The one that I did at SGDQ was found, I think, that same exact week. So it was a very, very fresh route at the time. It's also very finicky and not always easy to do because there's a box lid involved. There's another skip. When you go in level 3, you can do it. You can do one of those skips with a box lid. It is not a beginner-friendly strat, so I'm not going to teach it in a tutorial. I'm going to show you the box method in this one because I think after you start doing a few runs, you can get comfortable with it. But I'll show you the original route because I think it's a nice little introduction to this level, the mines. So I'll do the beginner version first, and then I'll do the version that I currently do, which is the faster version. So as soon as the I'm doing the other method. Hold on. As soon as the level loads in, you're gonna back up until you get off this platform and then crouch, and you're gonna slide down this mountain. You're gonna need to crouch to get under here. You're gonna crouch to land on these stairs. Do not land too low on those stairs or you will die from fall damage. Even just that little distance. Fall damage is very random with this game. As soon as you land on the stairs, cutscene starts, hit escape to get past it, and then you can move around here. Now, this skip is actually very easy to do, but you have to set it up properly. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna back up right up against these boxes. I'm gonna quick save just in case. Run forward, jump. I'm gonna hit the lip of that platform and then just slide down. That is usually pretty consistent. You're gonna want rockets for this, by the way. So make sure you take out these guys. That guy over there, you can usually just ignore him. But you're going to want to grab everything in there. Now, this is a cool little skip if you can get it, which I didn't. Hold on, so I can get it. I didn't get it. It's fine. You just go around the stairs if that's the case. I'm going to reload. I'm going to make sure I have a rocket in. 15 rockets is a good number for this. Quick save here. Come around. There's a flamethrower guy here. He needs 2 rockets. And I just start sending rockets to everybody. I am the package delivery and the package's rockets. And go nuts, because you're going to get a rocket refill at the end of the level anyway. You are going to want to have at least 1 rocket. That is usually not an issue. If you have enough health, which I don't because I never have enough health, you can just jump straight off this platform down there. You will take a little bit of fall damage. If you have very low health like I do, come over here and drop onto these boxes, and then you can come over to this health station and heal up. Now, this is where there's 2 routes you can do. You can run the inbounds version, which does have a skip, which is kind of nice. Or you can do the horridly harder version, depending on your preference. I'm going to show you kind of all of the options for this, except for the long way, which is just to run through the level like normal, which is really, 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 really slow. So as soon as you come through here, you're going to see these 2 guys walking. Throw a rocket at them, and they will... I haven't seen them fall over the railing in a while. That's pretty rare. If you want to do that, here, tell you what, I will... Did I have quick load or quick save here? Oh, I did not. Okay, so let me do this again. I gotta remember to quick save as soon as I get out of there. What? It was a rocket. I shot a rocket at you. I'm gonna die. Just like that. Try this again. See, that's what you're supposed to do. I feel like Johnny Cage in the first Mortal Kombat movie. This is the part where you fall down. Get this guy out of the way. Okay, so now I have more health coming in here. Like I said, random. Like I said, you could just drop down. You will take a little bit of fall damage, so just keep that in mind. Heal up. I'm going to quick save to remember this part. So, come in here. Now, the most beginner-friendly strat that I would recommend you do if you are new to this run and you are just starting out, run up these stairs. You're going to want to take this guy out. And what I do is I send another rocket over to this guy. That usually takes out both of these guys. Sometimes he's around the corner. Sometimes he's not. It just kind of, it's random. Heal up here. Now, what you're supposed to do is go take the elevator down and then walk through there. It is very slow, and I think it spawns in more enemies, actually. Instead, we're going to grab this box lid. Just going to grab those grenades for safety. I'm going to save. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run forward, jump, and I'm going to press jump and interact one right after the other. And if I do it properly, and it's not a super consistent strat, but if I do it properly, you get a jump off of the box lid and you can slide down and you're over here. And this is where I shot the rockets at those guys to get them to fall over. If you are gutsy, then you can do... Oh, shoot. I forgot I quick saved here. Gentlemen, stop that. Where is the stairs? I actually have never run this backward because I've never needed to. Yeah. Heal up again. Okay. You have a toxic waste barrel here. Gonna knock that on its side. And we're gonna do the exact same thing we did with the box lid. But, problem. You have to... So the collision in this spot is extremely wonky and jagged and not consistent at all. There's a ceiling right here. And if we get on top of this railing and jump, we're going to hit the ceiling. So we need to jump while we're past the ceiling. Well, the problem is the railing ends right here. So you have to kind of jump forward in midair, look down, let go of the toxic barrel that we have here, and then jump again. The timing is very wacky. And I, for whatever reason, got it first try before I went for the faster strat that I'm going to show you in a little bit before we figure that one out. So you would think, oh, it's no big deal. Just jump, just grab the barrel, jump on the railing, quick save, and then you can try it as many times as you want. Except for the fact that if you quick save while you're standing on the railing, after you load, you will slide off the railing. So you can't do that. So what I do is I get the barrel here. I'm going to quick save. I'm going to grab the barrel. I'm going to push myself right up against this railing. So like I'm pushing right now. So I'm right up against it. I'm going to jump and tap right. That's why you quick save. And this is, remember how I talked about Arnold has a pill-shaped hitbox that's rounded on the bottom? This is what happens. He slides off the railing, which is why you have to land it kind of center to start with. But he doesn't have a consistent movement speed, so it's very finicky. There we go. Okay. And now that you're here, what we're going to do is I'm going to run forward right to the end of the railing, jump, look down, let go of the barrel by pressing interact, and jump immediately again, just like I did with the box lid a second ago with the other strat. And I hit some collision there. Like I said, this is not a consistent strat. And that's what happens if you do it properly. That's a lot harder than it looks, believe me. I don't have any rockets, which is unfortunate because I would like to have some rockets going into this next part. Not absolutely required, but it's really helpful. What I'm going to do instead, since I don't have rockets, I'm going to actually whip out some grenades and use the grenades instead. I'm going to throw a nade, hit these two guys with it. Push this button. Now, if you're fast and you just run right past this guy, you can run right past him without really any issue. You are going to want to get these guys deaded and out of the way. And then start walking this way. You're going to get a cutscene right here. There's some rockets right here. Load a rocket. Come up here. You're going to aim for this. There's a plank like right in the middle of the stairway. If you're lucky, you get this, where the plank moves out of the way and you can go up the stairs. If you're unlucky, the plank will land like, I guess this is more like a beam than anything else, but it'll be like diagonal across the stairway, and then you have to like fight it to get up here. You're going to come up here, go to the left. As soon as this door opens, throw another rocket, and you're in here. And they give you so many rockets and other ammo and a health station. Surely you're not about to fight a boss. As soon as you go through that door, turn right, walk forward, hit the end of the level. Now, the other option for doing this level, which is faster, but a little bit trickier. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get these guys out of the way. They will cause a lot of problems if they don't die. I'm going to come over this way. We grab this box, shake it to get everything out of it, and hopefully hold on to it. Now you need the box face up like this, or yeah, technically this would be face up. Hang on. I'm doing a lot of talking. Chat, you should hydrate too. All right.
Staying hydrated is an important part of speedrunning.
It is. It is. I'm gonna grab the box. I'm gonna kind of press it up against these boxes. Now, this is the hardest part of getting the skip, and if you get rusty, this is the thing that rusts the most. In fact, when I didn't do this for a while, I found myself struggling to do this. In fact, I did this for like my own personal little speedrun marathon on my channel where I do like 6 speedruns that I know in a row, and I'll throw this one in there sometimes. And if I haven't done the run in a month or two, I get to this spot and I just can't get this box clip to work. And that happened one time where I couldn't get the box clip at all, so I had to run through the mines and do that whole other route that I just showed you like normal, which I don't like doing that one. I like doing this one better. So you're gonna grab this box. You're gonna grab it from like kind of far away from you. You want to grab it like at the far end. You don't want to grab it right here; it won't work. So I'm gonna run into these boxes and I'll look up really quickly at the same time. If you do it properly, you'll clip into it. It's not cooperating. Is what I mean. Like I haven't done this skip in a while. Come on. Come on, man. Reload. Keep moving the boxes around. Yeah, and you'll know when you clip into the box because the box will be like vibrating and you'll be at your same like at this height. If you are on top of the box like this, you'll see your height move upwards. So you'll know when you clip in. But it's really giving me a problem right now. I may have to just say, go watch the SGDQ run and copy what I do there. Because it is not... Maybe it's a good thing we have the estimate that we have, because it might take me an hour to do this.
Oh, God.
Which I hope not, but it might. It's really refusing to play nice today. I'm trying to move this box up against the railing so I can just like have a consistent spot. There we go. Okay, that's what we want. Okay, now we're in. No, box. Oh. Oh no. I don't know how much soul I have left in my body, but I don't think a lot.
You know, I shouldn't be thinking this, but the one thing I'm thinking looking at this is going, at least my speed game's not the only game with these problems.
Tell you what, while I'm trying to get this box clip again, if you'd like to do any more announcements, now's a good time to do so.
Sure, absolutely. Let me, it's open on Sun. I have too many tabs open. I'll find it eventually.
I have that problem too.
Before I get into the announcements, one thing, somebody was like, well, how many, people normally ask me, like, how many tabs do you have open? It's like, on which window? Because I have more than one window. Like, I've got so many windows open, you're going to be more specific.
One of my mods has that issue. Shoutouts to Fairy Cat.
So while Dane is trying to get this box going, if you missed out on any of our other Hotfix shows or GDQ X last weekend, you can go check out the VODs over on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. Also, just a reminder, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bitch cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel do help support the Games Done Quick Hotfix. So if you like any of the content that we put on, if you like Game Masters beforehand, you know, the speedrun tutorials, Speedruns from the Crypts, any of the other shows, it really does help us put on this kind of content. So if you wouldn't mind, if you have it in your ability to, you know, sub, whatever you could do, it does really help us put on this kind of content. And as a reminder as well, since it is new, just happened today. We do have registration live for Awesome Games Done Quick 2024. So if you're interested in attending the event in person, it is January 14th through 21st. You can go to gamesdonequick.com for more information. And that includes attendee registration, hotel booking, and also the games schedule is live. So you can go to gamesdonequick.com/schedule to see what's on the schedule, what days it are, and go ahead and let us know what you're interested in. So you can do that either on Twitter, or you can do it in the comments on the YouTube VOD, or in chat right now. I guess if you have the answer already, that's also cool.
I've gotten a couple partial clips, but I'm not getting a full clip the way that I need. When you're grinding PB attempts and you do this skip a lot, it's actually not extremely tough. There we go. Oh shoot! I tapped the wrong button and I clipped out of it. Come on, Box. You got to work with me here. Like when I was grinding PB attempts, I almost had it there. When I was grinding PB attempts, I was getting this like first, second try. And now not so much. Come on. I hate this box. I may forego this skip, given that it is extraordinarily inconsistent for me right now. And say if you want to do the advanced track, go watch the GDQ run. Because not very many people saw it. But yeah, this is giving me a lot of problems today. I'm not sure why.
And sometimes that happens in every game. Sometimes things just become inconsistent for some reason.
Yeah, I'm gonna try flipping the box. This normally does not work, but I'm gonna just try it and see. Ooh, it almost looked like it worked for a second. Yeah, it's doing what it normally does. So for whatever reason, when you clip, it's easier to get the clip, but the box collision, for whatever reason, will push you immediately out. So like, you can get the clip really quickly, but you'll get pushed out right afterward. It's just one of those things. I don't know why this is giving me so much trouble. I mean, getting this clip is usually pretty tricky to begin with anyway, but I mean, I had found it like the week of at SGDQ, and I think I got it like second try. So like, it is a doable skip. It's just not playing nice with me for some reason. Come on.
Honestly, I think it's this show. This show is cursed. Like everyone, like whoever's teaching is like, oh wow, I always get this first try, and it takes them like forever. It's like,
there we go.
Yeah,
okay, this is what we want. We're clipped into this box. Now we got to climb for a while. I'm gonna actually enable my flashlight so I can see where we're going. You don't have infinite flashlight, but it recharges pretty quickly. So long. Okay, so now that we're here, we're gonna be floating up this wall for a while. Now this joint right here that you can see, well, as soon as I said that, the flashlight went out. There we go. This joint right here is gonna end right here. You can see how the seam, there's like an open wall for collision here. I'm gonna quick save, I come over here, get myself fully on this side of the wall, and then just let go. I had to push it a little bit, but once you're down here, no, where'd the box go? Crud. Not a big deal. We didn't save while we're out of bounds, so we're fine. Gonna drop down. There's the box. Okay, we need the box. So we can't lose the box. We need that thing for the whole time. Box, I swear. There we go. I was like, I'm sliding down this mountain way faster than I normally do. And that was the reason why I wasn't collided with the box anymore. Now, you can just kind of slide along. You can usually slide along the floor there without issue, but that does sometimes happen. I think the box was dislodging from me because I was too close to the edge of the platform when I hit the wall. So it's usually a good idea to just stay a little bit airborne here. But you're going to start floating over here. You're going to start aiming over this way. Now, everything is going to glitch out like this. This is what happened in Mission 2, kind of at random. But as long as you're going this way, eventually the level will load back in. Eventually. Game? It should have loaded in by now.
Oh no. The
There
show
it is.
is cursed.
There it is. Because usually it spawns in a little bit more quickly than that. I'm not sure why it... Oh, no. Yeah, let me try doing this again. And this is why I say probably not a beginner-friendly strat doing this. Box. I'm going to turn this box back into cardboard. All right. Yes, I made a threat of violence against a box. Oh! I made the cardinal sin of jumping while sliding downhill. Don't jump while sliding downhill. Like I said, don't do it. Because I just did it and I died. All right. So slide down. You don't want to jump until you're on that flat surface down there. But as soon as you're on flat surface, it is safe to jump. And I usually just go to the end of this platform and then turn. And we're aiming this way. Now, this should work this time properly. There we go. Oh. And then, oh, wait, I might be in the wrong spot. Oh, so I should probably explain what just happened there. So, when you are doing a prop glide with, usually it's chairs, but it can happen with anything. As you jump, if you fall too far before initiating your next jump, you will incur fall damage relative to the amount that you have fallen prior to doing the next jump. And it's just because, for whatever reason, whatever object you're collided with is treated like a physical thing that you can land on, which is why you can do the box lid jump that we did in the other strat from before. I got unlucky with this one because I took so much fall damage that I died, which can happen. So I'm going to do this again. Kind of going wide around that seam just to make sure that I don't bump into it and lose the box again. I'm gonna land here. I'm gonna jump to the end of this platform. We're gonna head this way. And everything is going to... Whoa! I don't know. I wish I could unpack that one, but I have no idea. I'm gonna assume fall damage, but I don't know. I hit the magic kill plane that exists out of bounds and nowhere else. Okay, let's try this again. It usually goes better than this, but as you said, the show is cursed.
I need to start warning runners.
There we go. Okay.
Like, your tutorial will be cursed.
Here we go. So this is where we want to go. Depending on where you end up, is just sort of like you're going to have to just account for that. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to get right into this corner and then just drop down and you hit the end level trigger. Whichever method you use is up to you. The faster method is that one with the box lid, assuming that you get the box clip right away, but random, I don't know. Up to you. Once you get to the end level trigger, you start the final boss fight, and this final boss fight is extremely straightforward. If you do the first method in the mines, you will likely have enough not likely. You will have enough rockets because you get to restock all your rockets in that one room right before the end level trigger. And you can use rockets on this guy all you want. If you do the second method, where you clip out of bounds and skate through the scary white void to the end of the level, you will probably have no rockets. I have no rockets in my inventory right now, or very few. So if that's the case, assault rifle. Shotgun is not very good on this guy just because the DPS on the shotgun is not very high. It's good for single enemies because single enemy can die to a single shotgun shot, so DPS doesn't really matter in those cases. But when you're trying to dole out a lot of damage all at once, assault rifle is going to be your go-to. So as soon as this level starts, you're going to want to immediately come over here, push this, and you're going for Olivier. As you reload, you're going to want to push these 3 panels, and you need to push these 3 panels in order to finish this fight. Now, Olivier's movement patterns are entirely randomized. It is pure RNG. There is no rhyme or reason to why he will move where he moves. You just want to make sure you avoid his rockets, and just pump them full of bullets. Just keep shooting them. And hopefully you avoid the rockets that he throws, and don't walk into them like I did. Now, you'll know the fight's over because he will start running around. Hello? Oh. He took cover shooter very, very literally. What is he doing? Okay. This is what you're looking for. He's going to run around this side. You're going to get up here. Do not walk in that pit, by the way. And as soon as he's in the pit, push the button. And time stops right now. Time. And that is how to run Alpha Prime any percent. And if you know what's good for you, you'll never learn it. I'm just kidding. We don't have enough runners for this game. Please come run it. We don't have enough. It's me and Zen now. Meta hasn't run this in forever, and Dragon Zulu is like retired from this game. So please come run it. And please actually run the game and not be like Sabuline Horizon, who said he was going to run it, and then all he did was find a bunch of strats and stuff, and then he never actually did runs of it. Sabuline, I'm calling you out directly on twitch.tv/gamesdonequick. Anyways, now that we've learned how to do the whole run, shall we do a full run from start to finish?
Yeah, absolutely. Before, this is totally up to you. Do you want to take a break so you can get some water or something? You've been talking for like 2 hours.
I think that's a good idea. Let's take a break.
All right, perfect. We're going to take a break, everybody, just for a few minutes so everybody can get up, stretch, get some water, anything they need to do. As a quick reminder, we are hiring, so if you are a business developer or have experience in recruiting sponsorships and would like to work for GDQ, you can go to gamesdonequick.com/jobs to apply. With that said, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with a full speed run of the game so you can see everything, you know, in motion at speed. Back in just a few minutes, everybody. Hello everybody and welcome back to the GDQ Hotfix. This is How to Train a Speedrunner. We have just seen a full tutorial on Alpha Prime and we're gonna watch it at full speed. I'll hand it right back over whenever you're ready.
Alright, well, you tuned in for this, I guess. I decided to go hardcore and equip my compression gloves for this run, so yeah, time is going to start when I select the difficulty and start skipping the opening cutscene. So we're going to start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. So again, forward escape a bunch of times, push the button, crouch, back up just slightly to get over this thing, throw that out of the way. Skip that cutscene, crouch under here. And get right through. Nice and easy. Stack, crouch under here. This whole thing's just a big tutorial. And you can't really lose time on this spot because you have to wait for the battery to go in anyway, so. I'm gonna jump here. Yep, and that happens. That's why you don't want to jump going on the uphill if you can help it. Sometimes you have to, but you want to try to avoid it if you can. All right, so again, pushing the button, holding forward. I'm going to get pushed back a little bit. No big deal. I was actually far enough left. I could just go around it. And that guy's in a new position this time. I'm going to try and get this guy quickly the way I did before. Probably not going to get it through the door in time. Oh, I did. Nice. Excellent. Whoops. Chair. I'm just going to kind of YOLO this to emphasize that that is a possibility. And I actually got really lucky, even though this chair's in what is typically a bad position. I got very lucky with it. We are dropping in right here. Escape tab. Tab? Tab! Hit interact and come through, grab the shotgun, and then you're never gonna see this pistol again. Point your gun at me, sir. Thank you. And that's the first 2 levels done in, what was that, like a minute and a half? Something like that?
220, I think.
How did you... Amazing. Now, if you do this at full speed, do a fully heal. Oh, I forgot to take out the bits of this. Get. Whoop. There we go. I was in the wrong spot. Aim right there. Quick save. Nice. Okay, I was gonna say, like, did it not want to play nice today? It just took a second. Lucky, nice, good bias. This is bad. I'm stuck. I clipped into the wall. Oh, it worked out. I got through anyway, although kind of a weird way of doing it, but it worked. I'm still full up, so I'm going to actually need to load my shotguns. I'm going to load that real quick before I get through here. Dude, come on. Got the health here. I didn't do this quickly here, but what you can do here is just kind of wait and float for a second, and then I got a bias on it. And then you can go right through. Come on. Okay, the trash can decided to stay behind, which is fine. There's another trash can I can grab. Right here. And sometimes that'll happen where the trash can just decides to say nope and falls out of you. Okay, I got a little bit of a bias on this thing, so I got kind of stuck. That's totally fine. Just gotta wait for the door to open. Door? I guess I was too close to it. I don't know. That was a little odd. And then get everything reloaded. And one thing I didn't mention during the actual tutorial proper was when you get to these cutscenes that play outside of pulling the camera back, your forward input is not buffered. So you can't just hold forward and then press escape and keep going forward. You won't be moving forward. So you have to let go of escape and then or I have to let go of forward, hit escape, and then hit forward again. And I try to do that really quickly to kind of optimize my speed. Drop down here, hit the lever, and through here. Start the crane arm, and we are auto-scrollered until we get up there. You can technically get up on this side, but it is harder to do, and it involves jumping off that weird pile of trash in the middle of the thing, and I've never been able to get it consistent, so I just run around. Not like you can really lose any time here anyway. And that's good. So once again, I'm going to save. It's a reload. Stop shooting. Thank you. Down, boy. Right, got my rocket launcher. Send these guys a parting gift. It was actually fast enough that I got here before the door opens, which is optimal. Push the button. All right, reload this. Now, if you get lucky and you get the sniper rifle, you can actually use the sniper rifle on this guy, and he's being a coward and running away. Get out of my way. All right, top off your oxygen here. If you want to be optimal, you can run that straight line. I run around just because I don't want the drone sniping me from far away. I got enough problems without you sniping me, sir. Now, fast method does this. I did the slow method in the tutorial. That is the faster method. It is also risky because you're leaving guys alive who can just pick you off real quick. So choose your method, but be aware of what's easier and what's not. Push the button, and now we are stuck waiting until we get to the box skip. And the box skip here, I mean, it saves multiple minutes unless you're just really good at using the vehicle loader. But I find that I'm not very good at it, so doing... There we go. Yeah, you have to push this button once and this button twice in order to do that. But I was just saying, unless you find yourself really good at the vehicle loader, that's using it's going to take like multiple minutes, and so that's why that box skip. It's not a glitch. It's not even really a glitch. You're not doing any like prop clipping or out of bounds or anything. You're literally just pushing a button twice, but it still saves like multiple minutes. Funnily enough. So we're gonna get this drone deadened. Excellent. Oh god, I'm gonna die. That hurts.
Oh no.
And yet that happens with this game. Remember to quick save. Dude!
That's an amount of health.
Yeah, there's a guy over there you can kill, but it's usually just a waste of time to bother. Okay, we're all good. Okay, top off, try this again. I'm gonna actually drop a quick save as I exit the train, just in case that happens again. I don't anticipate that happening twice, but I never anticipated it happening once, so yeah. And that strat, by the way, killed me at SGDQ when I did this run live. All right.
Closing doors. The train is leaving the station now.
All right. Let's try that again. Hopefully we don't have that happen a second time.
malfunction. Closing doors. The train closing doors. The train is leaving the station now.
Oh, one other thing is sometimes when you do this skip and you get to the end of the train ride, sometimes this door won't open for some reason. If that's the case, just move the train back and forward again and it'll open. Don't know why, but sometimes it does that. This is not a good looking amount of health. This is terrifying. I can't really use a rocket because I need those. Shoot. All right, well, we're just gonna have to hope. I'm actually gonna drop my save here. That guy with the rocket launcher up there, dude, you gotta stop. The game is trying to rob me of my happiness.
Oh.
This may be a soft lock. I may have to. Okay, you know what? I got a rocket launcher too, buddy. Look at that, first try.
First try every time.
I hate this game so much. All right. Coming through here. Again, quick save. Go away, sir. You too. Lucky. This is easy mode, by the way. I feel like I didn't emphasize that point a lot here. This game is being played on the easy difficulty.
How many difficulties are there in this?
3. Easy, medium, and hard.
Okay, at least there's not like an extra hard or something.
There
But
is an
still,
extra
I
hard. It's called
cannot-
easy. Oh, you get it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Okay, I'm gonna reload. I'm gonna take the extra time to reload here, just so I have my shotgun reloaded.
You just like insta die on hard. Like,
I've never tried.
you know what? After seeing easy, I can understand why.
Apparently the button didn't actually press. Okay, I'm gonna go around. Push the button. There we go. Yeah, sometimes for whatever reason the button will like, it acts like it got pushed, but then because like the color will change, but then it won't actually open the door. Oh, didn't get battery. Oh well. Oh, I only have one rocket. That is bad. That is actually really bad. Well, that grenade didn't do much of anything. Uh-oh. Shoot. What's my quick save even at? Oh, it's here. Okay, let me try that again. I need the one rocket for the guys upcoming. Shoot. You're getting to hold down the button for longer. No, stay away from me. Stay away from me. I usually have more rockets here than this, but I had to sacrifice 2 of them. Ideally, you'll have 3 rockets going into this. on, man.
Arnold, you'll have to hold them off a while longer until the program finishes running.
Ah, so you can finish surfing for porn, yes? Hey, look, they want your database of measurements. You should somehow...
And what do you think I'm doing? That's precisely what I'm downloading from the network.
Got him. Okay. Ugh. It's... Yeah, and you can quote me on that. This game is so impossibly hard for no reason.
Procedure completed.
Like, part of me wants to like play this game on hard, and part of me is scared.
Dude, oh, come on, man.
Good work, old.
Opening. Procedure completed.
Okay, I got the rocket launcher. We're good. Oh no 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 no. Oh. Oh man. Okay. Gonna heal up. I'm so stressed out right now. Why am I stressed out? Okay. I hope you saw my health bar just now. Just get absolutely sapped. Okay, I'm on the chair still. Here, catch. Skip this cutscene. Okay, they needed a rocket for this. Forget to reload. Okay, big bright lights. I'm in the right spot. Excellent. Yeah, ideally, if you get lucky, you'll shoot both him and the window at the same time. Sometimes you get that. Sometimes you don't. It just kind of depends. Push the button.
Please use the oxygen dispensers located on the walls.
And I don't usually bother quick saving here because it's usually worth it. But you do take 20 points of fall damage. So if you want to avoid the fall damage, you can just run down the stairs. Only dodge a couple seconds. Whee! All right. Now I've got rockets again, thank goodness. Alrighty, everyone say hi to Jeff. Let Jeff know that he's lost a lot of weight lately, actually. He's lost like half his body weight. There it is. Come on, chair. There you go. Oop. Bias? Okay, I got a weird bias on this. I can work around it if I get... Yeah. I just needed to get up to the second level and I can work with it. Goodbye. Okay, I'm gonna quick save here. I don't really need the health because feel pretty good on health. Until these guys zero me for no reason. Remember I said I don't need the health? I grabbed everything except for the health pack there. Excellent. All right. Uh-oh. Is this gonna work? Oh my god, it is. Well, that was unusual, but somehow effective. Okay, we're gonna land right here. Gonna kind of look around, hoping to get the chair, but it doesn't look like it's gonna appear, so I'm gonna have to do this without. Oh, there we go. Got it. Try and knock the trash can over. There we go. That's what we want. Knock the trash can over. You just have to like shake it around, and you get the you get all the cans inside to fall out. No. Oh. Okay. I got the trash can clip up against the door. That was a happy accident.
First floor. Caution. This sector has low oxygen density.
Okay, let's hope this works. Save right about here. Okay, that's a really slow bias. The game crashed.
No.
Oh, the quick save didn't hold. Or oh, it did. Okay, just can access from the main menu. Oh, landed too far inside. There we go. All right, this is what we're after. So all went well. We'll go to the right about now. Perfect. That was actually a really good bias. Now we're going to retain most of our oxygen. Not most of our oxygen, but we're going to retain most of our health. Getting through here. Uh-oh. No! The box slid out from underneath me. I'm trying to think of a way to like sell people on learning the speed run, and I feel as if I will never be able to come up with a sales pitch to overcome that particular hurdle.
There's not a lot of people, so
Free world record, except the world record's insanely well made, like well done. Like Zen is a master. He also just YOLOs everything, so he got the world record for that reason alone. Come on, man. Okay, this looks pretty good. Okay, I think I have a bias against me because I'm moving kind of slowly. Huh, that's a little odd. Yeah, this is a little slower than I normally move at this point. And as I do this part, I'm always keeping a close eye on my oxygen and kind of gauging like, okay, am I going to make it in time? How much health am I going to lose? And I try to make like an estimate of that. Oh, now I'm moving faster. What? Okay. This game is something else. Oh, I took a chunk of fall damage just now. That is actually really bad. We're gonna hope this goes well, please. Okay, as long as I don't take a lot of damage and I get to the exit pretty quickly, I can actually overcome this. This is not insurmountable, but it's I do have to be kind of quick about it. And I'm getting a weird bias to the left as well. only on some jumps though. Is a little strange. Yeah, sometimes the collision will like rotate while you're inside of it, so the bias can rotate. The bias doesn't always rotate. In fact, it usually doesn't, but sometimes it can. So should be okay. I should be able to like heal enough before ending the level to go into the mines and then spend 15 minutes trying to get a box clip. Surely it won't take 15 minutes this time, right, chat? Truly it couldn't.
First try every time.
Nice. Okay. Excellent. All right, cross your fingers. Set this up. Quick save just in case. Oh, I thought I had it first try. That would have been amazing. Come on. Oh, that was almost it. Nice. Woo! All right, now we fly. I got much luckier that time. Okay, gonna get as soon as we get up to the seam, and we just call it the seam. It's the point where the collision ends and you can get out of bounds. Let's see it right there. It's probably a little hard to see on the stream, but I can see it on my game, my monitor a lot easier. On your own monitor, if you end up learning this, which I'm sure nobody will at this point with how I've sold it, you'll probably be able to see the seam a little bit more easily on your own side. And the out of bounds is already cursing us. All right. Hope this goes well. All right, let's flow. I sort of sink a little bit there. Okay. Now let's hope that everything spawns and loads in properly. Nice. Okay. So there's a little bit of a weirder spot. Uh-oh. No. There we go. Yeah, if you're too high, that ends up happening. So depending on where you sort of spawn in depends on where you have to like where you have to plan around this. Where is... There it is. I was looking for the end level trigger. And drop down. There you go. Cool. And that is... takes us to the final boss fight. And Colonel Olivier is the final boss's name. Okay, he is not moving for some reason. That's a little abnormal for him, but he has done that before. Okay, I gotta move past him. Gotta hit that last panel. And I gotta get around here to be ready. And... time. Woo!
That's what
GG.
And that is Alpha Prime any percent after the tutorial. So, yeah, I mean, it is a bad game, and you've heard me decry it the whole stream long. But honestly, this run is, I mean, this game is terrible. If you play this game casually, it is a monstrosity of a game. But the speed run is really good just because of prop flying. You can skip whole sections, you can fly over levels. So it's a really good run, and I would encourage people to, I mean, if you're, it's probably not a super beginner-friendly run. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this to a new runner, but if you have done runs of other things like other first-person shooters and you think this is up your alley, I'd say take the time and learn it. You can learn it in a weekend and get probably in the 40-minute range pretty quickly. And it's not too terribly tough to pick up if you're relatively experienced. So there is a Discord for it, and you can get to the Discord from the speedrun.com page. But yeah, I highly recommend it. And if you want to follow me, I am at twitch.tv/dangerous. I don't run this game anymore because I am over it. And I got my goal time. I actually set myself a goal time and I reached it, and I was like, I got my goal time. I'm happy. So, but I do a lot of other speed runs. Most people remember me from running Fashion Police Squad at GDQ earlier this year, and I've been world record grinding that one for the last month or so. Proud to say I took the world record back recently. Woo! But we're still grinding for better times. So if you want to follow me there and watch that, twitch.tv/dangerous. Otherwise, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Enjoyed's a strong word. I hope you appreciated the run that I just showed off. I don't think I can say enjoyed in good faith. Oh, and also this ending cutscene is one of the most beautiful things ever. We won't watch it here, but if you want to go watch my PB run, I have it highlighted all the way to the end, and it's really a magnificent thing. Oh, also a fun little thing. So we'll skip the cutscene. Once the cutscene ends, you get the credits. And a fun little fact about these credits: for some godforsaken unknown reason, these credits loop infinitely until you press the escape key. We tested this one day on my stream. We were just kind of talking about the game after I finished playing it, and we're just kind of letting the credits roll, and I'm talking to chat, and we're just going back and forth because this song is a banger. And we're just listening, and all of a sudden I see this long gap of nothing, and then I see more credits, and I'm sitting here going, these credits are really long. And then I start realizing I'm seeing the same names popping up. The credits are looping, and they will loop infinitely. And we sat there through like 3 or 4 or 5 loops before I was like, yeah, it's not just gonna go like, all right, we'll play the credits 3 times and then we'll kick you back to the main menu. Nope, infinite, or at least 5. But yeah, it's truly a miraculous thing, this video game. So yeah, that is it for me. Thank you all so much for having me on. Thank you, Sarge, for inviting me onto the show. I appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your time zone wherever you are.
Yeah, thank you so much for being on, for teaching the game. I love having people who I was gonna say passionate about their games, but
incorrect.
How do I Thank you for teaching the game. It's nice to have people who are at least passionate about teaching the game.
That is true. That is
to
true.
teach the game. So I do appreciate it. Here's the thing. I speedrun a game. I can't say without having played this that it's which one is worse. I speedrun a game that feels like it's on par with this game, so it didn't seem that bad to me.
I think I've seen you run that game actually, so yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I'm used to it by now. But if anybody out there does think that it's a decent game, you know, pick it up, try it out. Well, you might be surprised. With that said, again, thank you so much, Dane. We don't have anything else for you tonight. We do have more shows for you tomorrow. We are going to have Arcade Pit. I blanked on that one because it's a new show, so I didn't. Arcade Pit, and then Speedruns from the Crypt right afterwards. That's going to be starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, everybody. We're going to take a quick break while we look for a raid target, so if you wouldn't mind just sticking around to cheer somebody else on in some speedrunning, that would be awesome. Have a great night, everyone.